Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to The King's Speech. So like I said yesterday, we're getting around to the rest of Shonen Jump chapters today. So yesterday we reacted to Kaiju number 8 as well as Gokurakugai, which is finally back from its hiatus. We also got caught up on Monstrous yesterday. Today we're getting around to the latest chapters of Spy Family as well as Akane-Banashi. So I just finished reacting to the last chapter, so we're going to get around to the second one here in just a little bit. But I want to say before we start that there's a lot of great content has dropped this week, and there's going to be more coming out in the next 2 weeks as well. So if you haven't already, please do consider liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, it really does help me out a lot and really does mean a lot to me. And I'm very close to my subscriber goal. I think I'm only 4 away from it right now. So if you'd like to help me reach that, that would really mean a lot. I'd really greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let us get into it with Akane-Banashi Chapter 73. As we pick up where we left off last time with, can she beat Hikaru Arakawa's total of 93 points? Akane Arakawa's score is, you have story 73 and the winner is, and you have a nice little beach cover spread. So you have story by Yuki Suenaga, art by Takamasa Moe, with translation by Stephen Paul, lettering by Sneer Aron. And you see the on Rakugo supervision by Keiki Hayashiya. So you have the scores popping up with Iken 19, Ryujaku 19, Gakumon 18, Audience 20, and the Stream 16. And she got 92 points, so one below Hikaru. And everyone's shocked and taken aback by this upset as Hikaru's manager is like fist pumping. He's like, and the winner is Hikaru Arakawa. Yeah, the real difference maker was the streaming audience. It's like it was only a little stiff at the start, and once you fail to grab your audience, it can be really hard to win them back. It's like she might have captured the audience in front of her, but she wasn't able to win over the people on the other side of the screen. And you have Iken going, it was a performance that felt nostalgic. Man, we'll talk about this at the end. It reminded me very much of him, before and after her transformation. Javara! It's like, let's proceed to the award ceremony. And you see, as later as the audience is leaving, you have, well, it's over now. And all I did was embarrass myself. And, God, I cannot remember the name. God, what the hell was Chubby Bro's name? Sorry, I can't, my brain is just blanking right now. But he goes, you seem pretty happy about it, me, though. And little Braid Bro's like, can you tell? Truth is, I got a performance offer from Master Ryujaku a bit ago. I guess the people with a real eye for talent know it when they see it. And a salesman bro's like, oh, I think I got invited to the same event. And as Akane's leaving, she's like, Hikaru, you're not going to quit Rakugo, are you? And she thinks back to her saying, I became a Rakugoka so I could beat you, Akane Arakawa. In the scoring breakdown, you were ahead of me in every category except for the streaming audience. Don't worry, I won't quit. But you'd better be ready for me to totally thrash you next time. And you have Salesbro going, yes, that's a proper rivalry. Ah, it reminds me of my old student-athlete days, fighting over who gets to be a starter. Like, it hurts to be excluded, though. We're all in the same school here. Jab, exactly. Don't get all excited to rank each other based on one lousy performance. I had a bad strategy this time, that's all. What you saw doesn't represent what I'm truly capable of. And they're like, oh. It's like, don't look so skeptical. It's like, damn it, just watch. I won't go like this next time. And Akane's like, actually, I'm going to win by a mile next time. It's like, win, she says. This is Rakugo. It's about audience reaction. It's like, not so fast. And Hikaru's like, I'm going to be the champion again. It's like, are you even listening to me? It's like, bittersweet youth. And you see later with, well, so long. It's like, see you later. It's a good job today, everyone. And you see Gorukui's son there, good luck. It's like, I got this, you jerk. It's like, that's a tough one. We're all at Master's house. Stop by if you feel like it, okay? And she texts back with a thank you, I'll be over. And as she's heading out, Kaisei intercepts her with the, you're still here. She's like, huh? Kaisei, Anisan, why? It's like, Master Iken called me. It's like, I'm kind of in a hurry. And she bows and goes, it's good to see you, sir. And he goes, the stage really isn't the place to go searching for yourself. But the second half wasn't bad. It's like, it's a real shame. I would have liked to perform at the same event as you. As he heads into the dressing room. And then, so Akane, before she sends her message, erases it and then sends a, I'll pass for today. And Goriki's like, not in the mood, huh? And you see Akane walking through the city, and you have Jugumu Gokunu Suri Kirezu. You see tears streaming down her face. She's like, I wanted to win with Dad's story. I wanted to win so badly. And she's reciting like Jugumu to herself as she's walking back. Man, again, I really, really wish that the setup for this had been better than it was, because the fact that the setup was so meager and lackluster really undercuts a lot of the emotional like pathos of this last chapter. Because on the one hand, like again, I've been talking about this last couple of chapters, but the fact that Akane's performance to me specifically didn't feel impactful makes it really hard for me to buy that she was only, Hikaru beat her out by 1 point only. Like, my suspension of disbelief is like also taking a little bit of a hit with the idea that Akane somehow managed to eke in second place and she just barely lost only because of the streaming audience. So that's kind of like one thing where it's like, all right, the immersion's taking a hit with regards to that. But apart from that, again, with like Iken saying like, oh, you know, as a performance, it felt nostalgic. It reminded me very much of him. Again, because we didn't spend enough time talking about Shinta's kind of storytelling, you know, talking about what his speciality was, what his strengths were. You know, I don't know, like seeing Akane like watch videos of his past performances, kind of trying to find out like, you know, the different facets of her father, how other people perceived and saw him, things like that. Because we didn't gain like a really deeper understanding of Shinta Arakawa, you know, the person, and Shinta Arakawa, the Rakugo performer, a lot of the characters' commentaries being like, oh, you know, felt so nostalgic, her father was like this and like that and that. We have to take a lot of it just kind of on their word rather than having kind of our own first-hand experience to relate it to with regards to the character. Like, we're just having to buy that, you know, Iken saying it was a performance that reminded me very much of him. We're just supposed to kind of take it at face value that, like, yes, Akane's performance kind of mimicked her father's, you know, perfectly or close to it, etc., while adding her own flair to it. So, like, you know, a lot of the emotional beats of this chapter with, you know, Akane being like, you're not going to quit Rakugo now, are you, because you beat me? And she's like, no, don't worry, you're my rival now. And with him saying like, yeah, you know, it sucks, but, you know, there's always next time. And Akane being like, you know, kind of told off by Kaisei that, you know, it's a real shame that you're not going to be able to compete with me. And Akane being like, oh, you know, I really want to win with my father's art. I feel like if they had just done a little bit more, if they could dedicate just a few chapters to seeing Akane explore this, explore herself, doing a little bit of introspection, I feel like it would have landed way more impactfully than it has. And it really does suck that, you know, like, it's such a great kind of like emotional cliffhanger for the end of this chapter. And it really is a disappointment that I'm feeling absolutely nothing about it. Because again, I mentioned this a couple of videos ago. The thing that drew me to Akane-Banashi was the strength of the first chapter, which was really predicated on the relationship between Akane and her father. The strength of that, you know, the admiration she had for his art, the love and the passion she had for it, like the love and the passion he had for it, you know, like, and how much he wanted like his daughter to look up to him and be proud of him. Their relationship was the foundational aspect of the first pilot chapter and the foundational aspect of this series, and it's the thing that drew me into it. So the fact that they really did not do enough to kind of expand on that in this arc, I think, is a glaring failure, and it's a real disappointment that they really didn't spend more time on it. Like, I really, really want to love it, and I really, really hate the fact that I can't. But it is what it is. You know, at least Akane's kind of faced her first real loss. We'll see what this does to her, like how it kind of changes her going forward. But really, really big disappointment. But yeah. That said, I hope you all did enjoy this video. Despite all of that, I hope my criticisms made some kind of sense, even if you didn't agree with them at all. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of put that thought out there. Apart from that, like I mentioned at the beginning, as always, if you like my content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, all the Shonen Jump stuff should be on the channel today. Look for a channel update tomorrow. And until next time, this is Ash. I will talk to you all later.